once described as the district line derby, but I suspect an awful lot of fans probably take the central line here to West Ham's newest home. As far as the teams are concerned, of course, West Ham coming into this game off the back of successive victories, beating Wolves here last weekend in the Premier League. Plenty of important players missing for Marco Silva's side today as well. No Tete still, no Willian, who's been impressive since joining from Corinthians, and most significantly, no Alexander Mitrovic. Put off the Italian, and it will allow a break for Fulham. There's a West Ham player down. I think Bowen is down, but the referee has allowed play to continue. It comes to Pereira. Oh, and Fulham have taken the lead. The ball finds Pereira. A left-footed strike past Fabianski. And with less than 5 minutes played here at London Stadium, it is West Ham 0, Fulham 1.
Well, that's come out of the blue, just in the sense the way the game had been going. Fulham hadn't done anything going forward. West Ham have only had one cross in the box from Aaron Creswell, and that is from nowhere really. And in the angle he was at Pereira, for me, he should have been looking across that. He knew exactly what he was doing.
Shoots again, the Fulham fans say. Comes to James. James's shot bounces back off the crossbar. Well, Fabianski stretched to try and get that with his glove, and Fulham denied their second goal of this game by the crossbar. The strike from James from just outside the 18-yard box as the home fans urge their team forward. It takes a clip on its way to Scamacca, and the header is pushed away by Leno in the Fulham goal. Well, that was an instinctive save from Bernd Leno there. We've just seen Scamacca shoot just wide of the Fulham goal. Scamacca here has had another chance at very close range, pushed away by Leno. It leads to a corner for West Ham.
I know you don't want to see penalties given because it'll open the floodgates, but it's absolutely ridiculous what he's trying to do. You can't mark like that, surely.
Well, Pereira, even at close range, is still trying to put off Craig Dawson.
Oh, penalty!
Oh, that's pulled down, and now he's pointed to the spot.
Really?
Well, and he's shown a yellow card to Pereira. And, well, we could see that building. What was happening there is that Andreas Pereira had been told to keep an eye on Craig Dawson because they're likely to try and get the ball to him from a corner. Bowen versus Leno, 29 minutes on the clock. Oh, and it's past Leno and in. And from 12 yards out, Jarrod Bowen from the penalty spot makes it West Ham 1, Fulham 1. Brought down Craig Dawson, and Chris Kavanagh pointed to the spot.
It's a penalty. It's a penalty. I don't know why. I'll tell you what, I got it wrong by the way. Marco Silva's getting an explanation off the fourth official.
The West Ham captain Declan Rice in front of them, then it's Bowen and Fornals on the wings, Paqueta behind Scamacca up front as Paqueta has an early chance, and Leno has to drop. Reed to James, he's in a more central position. Quick pass might find its way back to Pereira, surrounded by West Ham players. Drops it back to Dan James, who lifts it into the cheering West Ham supporters behind Lucas Fabianski's goal. Alexander Mitrovic. Right, just getting confirmation. I think Harrison Reed was the player who got booked. And this could be a chance. Oh, it's lifted over. Oh, and it's lifted in! They're checking the goal for a possible offside and a possible handball, apparently. So now it's a possible handball, and well, I think as the cross came in, it did look like it might have dropped down off his arm.
Near his hand, there's the one. I don't think that hits his hands.
And he says in the end it is a goal. And now Scamacca can celebrate. Now he can run into the fans and be surrounded by his teammates. Well, that was really perplexing, but in the end, the confirmation that Gianluca Scamacca has scored his third goal in 3 games in a week. Kehrer stopping the cross, turned back to Robinson, comes infield to Pereira left-hand corner of the box into Vinicius. Might this be a chance? Oh, Vinicius shoots wide. It actually bounces, I think, off the advertising hoardings and into the back of the West Ham nets. Where are they going to come to get Fulham perhaps back into this game? They've got it with Robinson, might come back. This could be a chance for Kearney. Oh, and it had to be blocked by Cresswell in front of his goalkeeper. Well, the answer might be that the goals could come from the substitutes. Now comes forward, it's Cabano who was slightly losing his balance as he had to turn to try and get on the end of another pass forward. But that was a decent opportunity for Tom Kearney. It was pulled back by Robinson. Antonio gets away from his man. Oh, and it has to be saved by Leno. Still back with Antonio. And West Ham have won it. Fulham could not keep Mikel Antonio out. There was a save from Leno, but just to push it back into the path of the West Ham number 9. And the 3 points will be staying put at London Stadium in injury time here. It is West Ham 3, Fulham 1.
Well, Antonio's the only person who can play a 1-2 with the opponent's goalkeeper to score a goal. I could not, when he took it, I thought to myself, please take it close. He decides it too early. He hits it straight at Leno. Leno decides then to save it, but then Ring comes in, seems to knock it away from Leno, and that's when Antonio comes in and then gets the opportunity to pull it into an empty net. Strange but true.
The West Ham fans that have stayed are now singing in numbers as the referee puts his whistle to his mouth and says that will do. So West Ham have started to find some goals and they've started to find some wins this week. Andreas Pereira had given Fulham the lead here at London Stadium, but then his persistent fouling of Craig Dawson meant the referee pointed to the spot, and Jared Bowen had given West Ham an equaliser before half-time. Scamacca, after VAR had been consulted, put West Ham ahead for the first time in the second half, and in injury time, Mikel Antonio made it 3-1.